Well, good morning everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a delightful Wednesday morning. It's 17 degrees Celsius here in southern British Columbia, which would make it about 62 in American, so it's still very cool. We're still waiting for summer to kick in. However, it's very pleasant. Spring-like temperatures, I would say. The exciting thing, perhaps, today is that it's this time next week it'll be my last day at work. This time next week I will be retiring that day. So it really does seem to be just around the corner now. And I have no idea how I'm going to manage to clean up everything in the time. Because you look at it and I've got today and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to I'm going to do as much as I can, and that's it. But it is a little bit overwhelming, I don't mind telling you. And I am aware that at some level, deep down, that's what's going on here. And I'm sure it's overwhelming for my colleagues as well, in as much as, you know, I've basically been an entity unto myself, if you like, as you can probably imagine, for the last 11 years, and nobody's sort of had to monitor me or manage me or do whatever very much, because I do what I do. And that's a very important thing to do, and now they've got to do what I do. So anyway, it's going to be different, I'm sure. And people keep telling me I must not worry about it, and I should not worry about it, and okay, I've got a completely confused person ahead of me. They sort of nearly went left, and then they didn't, and now they went right. More coffee in the morning would be a good idea, sir, if you wouldn't mind. So I tried to phone yesterday to find out. I'm still trying to track down where I can get this machine. I know I should have ordered it online, I guess. But I'm just going to phone today a couple of places to see if I can find out where it is, and if necessary reserve it, you know, put my money down and tell them I'll pick it up tomorrow. I must say, on the accomplishment side, that I managed to get a couple of things done yesterday, which was great. I hit a few problems with my upload of the vlog yesterday, and obviously that's always frustrating because it means you've got to redo it basically, but that also meant that I couldn't just go escape to my room and veg out, so I had to stay awake. So I ended up, while I was waiting for the processing and everything of the vlog to happen, I did some cleaning, and I'm pleased to tell you, for the first time in probably 5 years, I know this sounds ridiculous, but for the first time in 5 years, I actually have cleaned up the floor in my junk room, which actually is my spare bedroom, or used to be. Actually, I used to have it as my office, but it's going to go back to being the spare bedroom. I'm working at cleaning it out and then turning it. I'm looking at cleaning it out and turning it into my spare bedroom again. So it felt really good. It's taken me quite a while because I had so much stuff in there. Now the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking out boxes. I've got boxes of stuff stored in there, like ribbons for Christmas and everything else. Now I know what you're saying. Why don't you put those into the craft room? Well, I agree with you, except there's part of me that says I may do that. But I've got to see, first of all, whether that's what I want to do. Pretty sure I've got Christmas baking boxes in there and everything else, and so those boxes are going down to the garage for another few months, and then they can come back up again. And I have got to learn to actually thin them out before I put them back each year, because it seems to me I seem to get more and more boxes rather than the same amount. So obviously I'm doing something not right. Now I'm wondering if any of you have got one of those rooms where if you don't know where to put it, you put it in that room. Well, you know, you don't quite know where to put it, so you put it in that room. And of course, those of you who are really organized and together know that everything in its place and a place for everything. And I totally understand that some people can do that quite well. But the only place I've managed to do that is my living room and dining room, I think. And even that's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the rest of my house. It's a discipline. A discipline that I don't have for some reason. You know, there is a school of thought that says you will always find time for the things that you want to do. So we know it's not about the fact that I don't have time to tidy up. It's I have things I want to do more than that. And I keep thinking about this whole story with Manon. Manon is wonderful because she's also a very creative person, and when I say very creative, has creative ways of putting things in her room. And and it's so funny because when I had got so excited because I'd finished cleaning up the whole of the floor of the back room, now I just need to sort of get to the next level up, you know, which is the sort of desk level all the way around. But you know, it's really strange because I got into my bedroom and I realized that, you know, the 10-minute challenge really does work. I don't care what anybody says. If you are overwhelmed with something, as I am at the moment with my life because of this whole retirement thing, you know, the 10-minute challenge really, really works well. So I'm trying to learn to do things while the video is uploading and so forth. And I managed to get the floor clean, and then I went to my bedroom and went, okay, I just need to do 10 minutes just so that I can Snapchat back to Manon and let her know I did do something. And I literally took a section about, how long is a bed? 6 foot something. I probably took a 10-foot section of my bedroom floor that had about 8 pairs of shoes on it. You know, sometimes it's quicker just to take them off and leave them there so that they'll be there when you next want to put them on. I wonder if any of you relate to that. Anyway, so I literally went, okay, that's all you have to do is clean up this 10-foot section. So I put the shoes away, and then I swept that part of the floor. And it was really funny because there's part of me that was about to obsess some more, and I went, nope, that's all you need to do. So that's my thought for the day. If, like me, you're overwhelmed with something in your life at the moment, and most of us probably are at some level, how about just spending 10 minutes on it? Whether it's making a telephone call to a friend, whether it's taking the next difficult step on something that you've been procrastinating about, whatever it is. And I was delighted that yesterday the thought of the day was about, you know, do the best you can. I was delighted to get some feedback on that, and that people had actually done that and felt good about it. So again, try the 10 minutes. Just talk back to the lazy person in your head or the disorganized person in your head and just go, wait. I can do that after I've done 10 minutes. I was thinking it would be a really good idea to have almost 3 good songs, or maybe 4 good songs, recorded into our phones, so that when we wanted to do that 10 minutes, we just had to listen to those songs. Once those songs were finished, you could stop. You know, I mean, you can set a timer, you can do whatever. But those of you who are musical, you know, that might be a way of doing it. It was I mentioned it on a Facebook comment yesterday, but it was with great sadness that I saw the passing of Gary Marshall. Now, for those of you who don't know who Gary Marshall is, forgive me for a second, but if you're old enough to remember the TV show Happy Days and the Fonz, that was a Gary Marshall show. Gary Marshall was responsible for Pretty Woman. Gary Marshall was responsible for Laverne and Shirley, which starred his sister, Peggy Marshall. So, you know, he brought a lot of laughter to the world in his direction of various shows and movies. And if ever you want to have an entertaining evening, you know, you might want to just check, you know, which movies had the name Gary Marshall attached to them, and the chances are it'll be an enjoyable movie. He had a great sense of humor in his direction, but he also had a great sense of soul. And it's just wonderful that he left that legacy. And he was only 81 when he died, and I say only 81 because that's 11 years older than I am. So it's going to be a really good idea to keep that in mind in the next decade as I do things. I better darn well enjoy it. I better find things that really amuse me and things I want to do. So take up a 10-minute challenge, anyone you like. Let me know what you did. I always love hearing when other people are doing it as well. And if I don't pick up gas on the way home, I'm not going to make it home. Apparently my car is running on fumes at the moment. Alright everybody, have a great day. This is DearMamaSal saying bye-bye for now.